Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with a new unboxing video, because I had mail incoming recently once again, the mail is coming from Andreas Davids, aka XOTOX, aka 50% of Natura Est, aka some other things you might or might not have heard of, and he sent me a new envelope thing, because I guess he has a new album out, and as we've known each other for ages, basically never seen each other, but we've been in touch for forever actually. He sent me a new album to review, and I'm gonna unbox this. I'm a little hungover, not really, but well, a little, maybe, probably, whatever, because a friend of mine is leaving her job for travel reasons and is taking on a new job in a few months, I guess. And yesterday she celebrated her leaving, or her leave from the job, with her colleagues and stuff, and invited me to join in, and met a lot of nice folks in there. Interestingly, one guy that we celebrated at had a flat in an interesting quarter of town and had a lot of vinyl and stuff, so we had an immediate connection, and actually turned out I knew some people that are his personal electronic music heroes, which is quite interesting how small the world is, especially because this friend of mine I'm talking about, I've known for probably 20 years, has nothing to do with music and electronic music at all, and is more as a, in that regard, a civilian, I guess. Normal music, radio music, whatever, no interest in electronic or the music industry at all. So this was nice just to meet someone who, in that circles, who's also from my background, even though he's more of a fan and not an activist and stuff. But let's dive into the new album here. An envelope, a handy little blade. Let's check what is going on in here. So we got it open. Oh, and we got stuff. We got stickers. We got whatever. We got an empty envelope here. Stickers, one use, a CD wrapped in shrink wrap, and I've already seen the trailer for the CD on YouTube, and it's interesting that the overall vibe of this one seems to go more into a muscular electro techno direction. Not really, because it's XOTOX, not this is really electro techno, but think Terence Fixman McCarthy, that kind of stuff vibe-wise. But let's dive into this one. We got a new flyer here for Andreas Davids' Tiefenrausch radio show, which he's doing every month, and I have to recap on the past shows on SoundCloud, because well, I had so much to do within the past weeks, also due to things that arose recently last weekend, that I'm not able to following up on everything everyone does. But let's see. Here's a flyer for a kind of event which has passed, so that's not that interesting anymore. And also we got an announcement flyer for a thing at the Hennessee, live am See. There seems to be a little festival with Blanc-Mange headlining, and No More, of course, still available, by the way, the Suicide Commando single on my label, El Caballo Cemental, which is, of course, linked down there and up there somewhere because of BANDCAMP and stuff. Kühle Matrosen, Potochin, The Essence, and others. A bunch of stickers as well, and a patch. I'm gonna leave that in this little interesting hefty bag, and which is surprising to me is that the album here, which is called Partikel, aka Particle, is white, which is I guess a new one for XOTOX. I guess his recent releases, or maybe all of them, well, I'm gonna check that booklet out, are more on a darker tip, like design wise, and a lot of them are like pretty dark and black just with the logo and stuff. So that's a new development here. All tracks created by XOTOX in 2023 and 2024. And this artwork reminds me of like old tales of the old man on the sea and stuff. And we got some interesting things here. Okay, that's just other stuff. And CD looks like this. This picture painting really reminds me of some ancient tales, not really, more like fairy tales or like sagas and stuff. So this is very, hope you can see this with the glare, very expressive and somewhat emotional. And that guy on the front looks like very old, like he has seen things like maybe some ancient god or whatever. Released once again on Infected Recordings, which is a label XOTOX has been releasing on for a while right now, and we got 15 tracks on here, with some singles you've seen reviewed on my website Night already, like Sotoxologie and Niemandskind, and we got other things like Hellevur as an intro, which sounds like somewhat Scandinavic, I guess, in the dark. A rebuilt version, Niemandskind, which also has been a single, I guess, and also is popping up on the XOTOX spread shop, because he runs a spread shop as well with like merchandise and stuff. This is what it sounds like when boys cry, der Weg in die Stille, Außenseiter, Narben, Analyze Me, Hörst du mich, and others. So I'm very curious. This is distributed via Soul Food, which is interesting. But one thing that sticks out, I don't know why, but the print smells very, very weird. I haven't. This reminds me of incoming import parcels from some US distributors. There is some certain smell to this which is very reminiscent of that kind of stuff, and I don't know what this is, what the scent is, but oh, is this a scented release? There was scented vinyl in the past, so maybe that is, but this is just a side note. Yeah, we got that XOTOX Partikel, a white album. Interesting. I'm gonna review that on my website nightstyles.de soon, within the next days or weeks or so. Until then, Bass Junkie out. More unboxing to come, because here's another envelope down there, and I got some news for a not really re-release, but kind of which are about to drop like next week or so, depending on how this week goes. And until then, see you in the next one. I'm gonna go into editing mode. Later.